The G spot is also not a magic button. It's not that you touch it and it solves all your problems. I wish it would, but it doesn't. What's poppin'? I don't know how to do this, so I'm Leo, I'm a relationship and woohoo coach, and this is my very first YouTube video. So be patient and kind, please. A few days ago, I've asked you on Instagram what your biggest unanswered question about woohoo is. You delivered. I've received so many questions, and today we are going to answer a few of them. Let's fucking go. The most common question was, why can't I have an O? Let me start by saying, if you struggle to have an O, you're not broken. So many people, especially people with a W, struggle to have one. The answer to this is not so easy because there can be several reasons for that. Some people just need more time, some people are too stuck in their head to actually enjoy what's happening, and others need maybe different kinds of stimulation, and all of that is totally valid. Some people also struggle to have an O because of the way they grew up, because society teaches many people kind of shitty things about woohoo, and those things are impregnated in our heads, and it's really difficult to get rid of them. If the reason why you can't have an O is probably because of the way you grew up, it's best to see a therapist who can help you discover what woohoo is really about and get rid of the shame and negative thoughts you grew up with. Let me also just say that for many woohoo owners, having PNV woohoo alone is not enough for them to have an O. It's not the golden ticket. According to research, only 18% of all woohoo owners can have an O from penetration alone. 18. Which means that 72% of all woohoo owners can't have an O from penetration alone. And that's totally okay. That's totally normal. Life is not like it is in movies. The rest of them needs clear stimulation, relaxation, and lots of time sometimes. And that's totally okay. Explore yourself. That's my biggest advice. Explore yourself. Know what you like and what you don't, and how you want to be touched and how you don't want to be touched. If you don't know what you like, how would anyone else know? Also, try slow exploration. Take off any pressure you might have. You don't have to perform. Woohoo is not a performance. In the end, it's about what you like and what your partner likes, and that you have a good time. An O shouldn't be the goal, it's just a nice add-on. Question number 2. How do I give a good B? This is a super common question as well. And my biggest advice is, don't do anything you don't want to do. Because enthusiasm is the biggest turn on. And if you don't want to give a B, your partner will probably notice. Here are a few additional tips. First of all, make it sloppy. Use lube, use spit, make it wet. Lube is your biggest friend. Lube is such a game changer. There's no shame in using lube. Lube makes everything better. I'm a huge fan of lube. Lube is a game changer. I would give my entire life to lube. Okay, no I wouldn't, but lube is nice. Use lube. You don't have to go all in if you don't want to. Most of the time it doesn't even feel better when you go all in. That's just something mainstream porn tries to tell us. But you don't have to do so. It's totally fine to use your hands as an addition, because that relieves your jaw and you are going to need some relief, because sometimes it'll take a bit longer, which is okay as well. Bonus tip, try the twist and suck combo. Thank me later. Question number 3. How do I talk about woohoo with my partner without making it extremely embarrassing? Short answer, start small. You can try something like, can I tell you about something I have always wanted to try? Or do you want to know more about something I am curious about? If talking about it feels a bit strange to you, it's also completely fine to send them a message or to forward them some kind of videos or podcasts, or maybe even this video, to let them know that you would like to talk more about woohoo and what your partner likes and what you like and what you want to try in bed. You don't need to have a 40-minute TED talk. Honestly, nobody needs that. It's totally okay to keep it short and simple. Also, try to talk before or after woohoo, because when you're in the middle of it, that's probably not the perfect timing. If your partner makes you feel embarrassed or ashamed about what you're saying, that's not a you problem. Honestly, that's more of a red flag. What can I do when I'm scared of having my first time? I would say, don't do it. If you're scared, it's probably not the best timing. It's completely normal to be a bit nervous about having your first time, but you shouldn't be scared of it. If you're scared of it, it's probably not the time to have your first time, and that's totally okay. There's no pressure for you to have your first woohoo at this or that time. There's so much pressure to get it right, but honestly, there is no right when it comes to woohoo. Right is anything that feels good to you. So if you're still planning to have your first time, here's a short list of things you should do beforehand. First of all, and that's probably the most important thing as well, talk about your boundaries. Talk with them about what you like and what you don't like, what you want to try and what you definitely don't want to do, and maybe even agree on a kind of safe word or a safe sign you can say or show whenever you feel uncomfortable. I know that especially when you have your first time, it's a bit difficult to communicate maybe, and everything is extremely overwhelming, and that's totally normal. So maybe it's best to have some kind of safe sign, like tapping on their shoulders for 3 times, for example, or having a safe word like red light. That reminded me of Squid Games. Go slow. If anything doesn't feel right or hurts, take a step back. Maybe even take a break, or even stop everything you're doing right now and try to do it again at another time. You don't have to do anything that hurts. You shouldn't do anything that hurts. Woohoo should never ever hurt, even your first time. It might be a bit uncomfortable because your body is tense and you're nervous and stuff like that, but it definitely shouldn't hurt. Also, make sure to use lots of lube. Let me say it again. Lube is your best friend. Check in with each other. Try to ask them, how are you feeling? Is everything alright? Do you feel comfortable? Short questions like these can enhance your first time so much and make it so much better. In the end, what matters is that you both feel good and that you have fun. And if it feels awkward, then you're doing it right, because your first time is probably going to be awkward, and that's okay. Awkwardness is normal. Woohoo gets better with practice. It's kind of like riding a bicycle, just that you're not riding a bicycle, but something else. Let's talk about the magical massage and the question whether anyone can squirt. Let me make it short. No, some can always squirt. Others just do it once and then never again, and some people just never squirt. And all of that is okay. Squirting doesn't mean having a no. I mean, it can both happen at the same time, but it also can't, because squirting is not the same as having a no. Squirting shouldn't be your end goal, and squirting doesn't also necessarily mean that you have good woohoo, or that when she is able to squirt, you will have better woohoo. It just means that your body just did a cool thing. I mean, that's pretty impressive. If it happens, that's cool. If it doesn't, that's cool as well. We're all different. Our bodies all work in a different way. Side note, squirt is not the same as pee. Squirt also has traces of pee, which is only because squirt passes the bladder before it comes out. But squirt is mainly liquid from the Scenes glands. Squirt is not the same as pee. And if anyone tries to tell me anything else, I will come to your house. No, I won't. No, I'm scared of you. I won't. Let's talk about the most important question. Is the G-spot even real? Yes, it is. It's very much real. It feels kind of like a walnut, which is like 2 to 3 or maybe even 4 centimeters deep inside, and you can feel it when you insert 1 or 2 fingers and try to make a come here motion, kind of like that. For some people, making that motion does a lot, but for others it doesn't really help at all. They're not a huge fan of that. Everybody is different, but trying things out never hurt anybody. Let me just say that the G-spot is also not a magic button. It's not that you touch it and it solves all your problems. I wish it would, but it doesn't. That's all for today. I could have made this video 2 hours long, honestly, but I try to focus on the 5 most asked questions. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what you think about those longer form videos, because this is my first video, so please let me know if you like it. And don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye!